Hi, everybody. This is Carissa Kingsbury. I am the College of Career Readiness and Aspire Coordinator here at Kirk County High School. So today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how to put together your scholarships. Now that the scholarship season is upon us and coming quicker with more and more scholarships being due, I wanted to make sure you guys knew how to turn them in, how to fill them out, and where to find them. So first things first, I'm going to show you on the school website. There is a page that you go to be able to see all the scholarships on the list. So if we go to the Kirk County High School website, under the counseling tab, it says scholarships. So we're going to click on scholarships. Then right up here is where I'll have this link to this video and some examples of scholarships. But in the meantime, this is what it looks like with the due date, name of scholarship, application, description, and eligibility and grade level. So they are in due date order. So we're going to scroll down. So today is the 15th. So I'm going to show you around March 15th. And we don't have any due on the 15th, but there was some due on the 12th and then some due coming up like on the 17th. So for example, some of the ones, if there is a deadline change, and then also I put where to submit them. So if you're wondering, right here, it will be the due date. I usually put a note here if there's been a change to that due date. And then underneath the link to the application here is where I will have where to turn it in. Whether it needs to be, applied to and submitted online, if it needs to be emailed, or if it needs to be turned into me in the Future Center at the high school. These are all going to be right here. And then I give a description based on what is required. Some scholarships, they're really particular, and so I'll put see application for details just because there might be multiple scholarships on that one. So then it's just a lot of information, so it's easier just to look at the application. And then here on the right, again, it'll say senior or collegiate or junior. When you do graduate and you're wanting more scholarships, there are scholarships for you to apply for once you've actually graduated and you're in college. So make sure to be checking back on this later on so you don't miss out on some of those opportunities for more money even after high school. So I'm going to show you really quick one of the ones that is changed. So right here, like the graduating class of 1968 scholarship, it's usually due on a different day, but because of the spring break, how it falls this year, it would have been due on the 26th, which is during spring break. So again, it was pushed to the 29th to avoid our spring break. And I put it in two different spots. And then also this says turn into the Future Center by 4 p.m. on the due date. So that gives a little bit of an example on ones that might be changed if you're curious. If the application, like for this one, it will show due on the last Friday in March, and technically that would be the 26th, but because we are not in school that day, I made it easier for you guys. You can always turn it in earlier, but this is the deadline. Okay, so we are going to stop sharing my screen, and right now I'm going to show you a little bit about how to fill them out. So when you're putting them together, you always want to have a cover page. So this is my fake example of a cover page. I'm sorry if it's backwards for you guys. I'm going to use the Kiwanis Scholarship as an example. So for that, it says Kiwanis Scholarship, and then I put a picture here. So usually you'll put like a senior picture, or if it says to not submit a picture, some of them say not to, not all of them, but most of them you want a picture. So it would just be your senior picture. If it doesn't want a picture, just remove this and have the name of the scholarship and your contact info. So again, I have the name, address, phone number, email. So it just makes it look a little bit more professional as a cover page. Then you're going to have all of the scholarship pages, even the instructional pages. So you want to submit everything. So this is the Kiwanis Scholarship again. So this is a little description and eligibility page. Then it goes into the actual scholarship details and then filling out the scholarship. Okay. Another tip, you do not want to be handwriting these on the scholarship page. All of them in there that have areas to fill in are fillable. So I've made it so you can click on it and actually type it in. And then when you go, you can print it and it'll still be on there. It makes it look a little bit better. It's easier to read. Some people have handwriting that someone might not be able to read, and it might not be as clean looking. So that's why I wanted you guys to be able to fill this out. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're using it in a fillable document and not handwriting these, okay? And you also want to make sure that if there is a spot like this year for seniors, we're not able to do like the SAT and ECT. We have a couple of them, but a lot of students didn't take it, and you don't necessarily have to take it. So there is some parts right here where it says SAT scores. So some of them might list that. If they do, just put NA, so not applicable, and then you can say like unable to take test or whatever you want to put. But all these scholarship people that are local will know that you are unable to take it. So just be aware of that. You don't want to leave anything blank. Even if it's not applicable to you, never leave anything blank. Just put NA. And then also, one of the biggest mistakes is not signing. So this has like a signature part with a date for the student to sign. So you want to make sure you're doing that, because if you forget to sign it, that makes you ineligible for the scholarship. So that is something that you don't want to miss, because that's a really easy thing to miss and a really sad thing to be able to get disqualified from a scholarship for. So you want to make sure that you're filling it all out. In some areas, if it says like extracurricular activities and some of the reasons that you're pursuing education, if you don't want to fill it out in this box, you are more than welcome to attach your essays, but in these boxes say see attached. So if you have like some information that you want to have like on a separate form because you did it in personal finance or careers or whatever it is, you can totally do that. Just make sure that you put in there that you've attached it so that they know you didn't like intentionally leave that blank. Okay, so those are some of the things with the application. And then you're going to need transcripts. So most of them need official transcripts. What that means is you're going to go into the counseling office and see Mrs. Flannery. She is in there and she is just right inside and to the left. So Miss Flannery will be able to give you guys official transcripts. It'll usually be in a school envelope, and on the back it'll be sealed and stamped, so that they know that it's official and that you haven't altered your transcript. If it says it needs to be an unofficial, you can just go get a copy of it. It doesn't have to be in a signed and sealed envelope, but I just suggest just do it in a signed and sealed envelope, because it doesn't make a difference to have it sealed versus like if it asks to be sealed and you turn it in not sealed, okay? So I always tell students to go talk to Miss Flannery and ask for, 10 copies or however many of your official transcript that you know that you'll need. So if you make a list of all the scholarships you qualify for, you know how many you're going to need, you go in and put an order for her. So you just have them. So you can just put them in your envelope and have them all together with all of your documents for each scholarship. And so with that, there is some differences between. Well, everybody, it's a different day that I'm going to finish the rest of this video because the other one got cut off for some reason. So what I was going to say is if you are going to be applying for a scholarship online and submitting it online, then you're going to need a copy of your transcript in a PDF document, because you won't actually have to mail it to them. You'll be submitting it online. You can still get those from the counseling office. Miss Flannery can send that over to you so you can submit them online and be able to do all of that virtually instead of having to mail it in. Next, what we're going to go over is once you have everything you need, so you have your cover sheet, you have your actual application documents, and you have your transcript, you're then going to be putting it into a portfolio cover sheet. So what this is something that I have here in the Future Center Library. And you can also buy them from like Bi-Mart or the Dollar Tree. And it's basically just a portfolio cover that you put all of your documents in, and then it makes it look a little bit more professional in this sleeve. So what I'm going to show you is once you have your cover sheet and your actual documents for your application and then your transcript, you're going to put them in and just have it all put together in this portfolio cover. So it just looks really nice. It has my transcript and all my documents, my cover sheet, and then where you're going to bring them to turn them in. If they're turned into me, you're going to bring them to the Future Center to my scholarship Dropbox, which is just right over here. It's a scholarship Dropbox. Or if you're going to mail them, then you can turn them into me if you would like me to mail them. They just need to be turned into me by the day that it's due or the day before 4 o'clock. And if they are turned into me, you just need to have them like this. Make sure you have your signatures, all the things. If you have to mail it to them, again, make sure that you have everything ready. You can have me review them and I can double check that everything's good. And if you need anything, please come and get some help from me. If you need any additional information and you're not sure how to get it, come ask me questions. But I hope this was helpful on how to put together your scholarships. And please let me know if you have more questions, everybody.